Morning chaps and chapettes, we're on another walk. I am Andy and I am the expedition hiker. So today we're in the Peak District and we've just left the village of Hartington. Today we're going to head to Wirksworth, which is about 12 miles away. So if you fancy joining me on another walk, then that'd be great. We're going to walk through the village of Biggin. In Biggin there's a 17th century country house hotel in which my friend from university owns. So we're going to say hello. Then we're off to Cardlemere Lane, and then following the lane we're going to go down to Mininglow, passing several quarries and disused mines along the way. Lead, limestone, fluorspar and calcite. Oh, and not forgetting coal. Then we'll walk down to the Pennine Bridleway National Trail and then on to Harper Rocks. From there we'll take the High Peak Trail to Middleton. We'll turn off to the market town of Wirksworth. So as we're heading up the lane out of Hartington, famous for its white crumbly cheese. We used to have a creamery, so the origins of the Hartington Creamery was established by the Duke of Devonshire in the 1870s. King George IV was a fan of the cheese that became the Hartington Blue Stilton and continued until 2009 when the factory closed. Also, Hartington is one of those places in the Peak District that still struggles to get the internet. Only parts of the village can get a weak signal at best. So improvements can be made if you stand on your right leg and waving your left arm in the air. Okay, so we're just passing Biggin Dale and we're going to take a left on the road and walk into the village of Biggin. So we're just arriving in the village of Biggin. As I said, a friend of mine from university owns the 17th century hotel. James, I hope you're in. And I've actually did a commission of Biggin Hall for the hotel several years ago. So it'd be interesting to know if that's still in the hall, standing proud. So Biggin Hall is a 17th century manor house that is now a Grade 2 listed hotel. In the lounge has the date 1672 above the massive stone fireplace, and in the lobby there was an original oak panelling. A lot of the windows have been bricked up due to the 1790s window tax. All the windows have recently been opened up to flood in daylight once again. Well, we did try to pop in and see James, but apparently he's in Ethiopia of all places, but comes back tonight. He didn't know about my visit, so can't blame him for not hanging around. Ethiopia must be a lovely place to go to. So the bridge in front of us is part of the Tissington Trail, another railway of the 1800s, but has now become disused and now a trail for cyclists, walkers. As there is a cyclist going over the bridge just about now. As you can hear from the noise behind me, I've just passed the A515 and now I'm following the track up to Mininglow, or Mininglow. Still quite breezy, heading up to Mininglow. First we're going to come to the Nook, which is about half a mile from here. So hopefully you enjoy this walk. A bit blustery at the moment, but rain is holding off at the present point in time. I'm sure it's going to rain soon. So in the meantime, if you'd like to subscribe, add a like, press the bell for notifications, and if you would like to make a comment, your next point of call is the Pennine Bridleway. So when we reach the trees at the bottom of this track, that's the Nook, and then to the left of it, amongst the trees, is a place called Gotham. It's in Gotham City. Batman. The Dark Knight Rises. An old favourite of mine, because I'm in it. I was an extra in the movie. And you do clearly see me, although I do look a lot younger, a lot thinner, a lot more brown hair than I have now. This particular spot we are at the moment is probably my ideal place in the Peak District. Nowhere near any roads, quite secluded, with a lovely landscape and great views, although a bit breezy today. And in particular, there's a place just on our left here. I've always fancied buying that building and actually making it into my home. Now, I've got no idea who owns it, or even if it was possible to buy it. But if I could buy the land as well, then I could make it into some sort of camping site. And the woodland area, could do some bushcrafting and all sorts of things there. But it would make a lovely home. Fishing, Pleasey Farm. Please find the river first, unless you're fishing in that puddle. So we're just walking up the lane and we'll meet up with the Pennine Bridleway in a moment. But in the first, just want to show you this. Now, this was built in the 1800s. It was basically a little bit of a dip in the valley. All that walling is to build the railway that went across the top. Obviously to make it level for the trains to go along, which is part of the Highfield Trail and also the Pennine Bridleway. Now, my question is at the day, how long do you think it took to build that? Put all those bricks up. Now you've got to remember that early 1800s, machinery isn't what we have today, so they mainly were probably built by hand. So, answers on a postcard or in the comments. So we're just coming up to the Pennine Bridleway. So it runs roughly parallel with the Pennine Way. Pennine Way is 268 miles in length, but the Bridleway is 205 miles. It provides access for horse riders and cyclists as well as walkers. The southern part follows the High Peak Trail. Mary Townsley rode on horseback 250 miles in 1986 from Northumberland to Ashbourne, Derbyshire. And after a study, the Pennine Bridleway was opened in 1995. So now that we've joined the Pennine Bridleway and the High Peak Trail, hopefully we should get a little bit of shelter from the wind. There's quite a few places that have with embankments on either side as the rail track was built. Like most rail lines, try to keep a level route, so they cut into the stone, make the rail track. So the High Peak Trail is 17 miles long. It follows the track bed of the former Cromford and High Peak Railway, which was completed in 1831 to transport ore and goods from Cromford Canal to Whaley Bridge on the northwest edge of the Peak District. The path is made of crushed limestone to make it easier for walkers and cyclists to travel on. We're going to keep walking along the High Peak Trail now. As you saw on the signpost, it's 5.5 miles to Middleton top. We're not actually getting to Middleton top, we're going to leave about half mile before, and then we're going to turn right into the Quarry, and that will lead us down into Wirksworth. The next point of call is Harper Rocks. It was an old lead mine and it does have a little cave in it. I always walked past it and thought, oh, would like to go in there. So today is the day. We're going to wander in and see what we can find. There's an old quarry to the right, part of Longcliffe. Obviously they quarried the limestone from here and used to put it on the wagons. We're going to continue along the High Peak Trail, stroke Pennine Bridleway. Ooh, it looks like we have sleet. I thought it was getting a little bit warmer, but obviously not. We've just gone past Longcliffe. Just seen this building up on the mount. Now I don't know if that's an old mining building. We are close to a quarry. By the red brick, I would say that's 1800s. It looks disused now. It has a ladder on the left hand side, walkway to get up to the top. I have no idea what it is, so anybody knows, please leave a comment. So we're just passing Peak Quarry. Now next stop is we're going to cross over the Limestone Way and then we'll be over to Harbor Rocks. So about a mile we'll get to Harbor Rocks. Harbor Rocks is a limestone outcrop. Originally was a Roman lead mine. On the summit of a hill is several stones of interest, like the Pulpit Stone and the Roman Chair. The area was home to both a Neolithic passage grave, now destroyed, and also an Iron Age settlement. Who lived in a place like this? It's through the keyhole! A cave in the rock still has hinges to hang a door on. The cave is mentioned by Daniel Defoe, who encountered a family living in it in the early 18th century. Pottery, bronze work and ironwork were discovered in the cave on the terrace, where depressions in the ground may be the remains of hut platforms. So I've just noticed in the corner, the cave does go a bit further back, although I'm not sure if that's soil that's been put in there to stop people going further back. I'm not sure how far you can get down, it's a bit wet, so I'm not going to go down too far. Yeah, I can see, looking down and where I've got the centre of the camera now, that goes down a lot further. I'm not going to go down there today, I haven't got the right equipment. The white paint, not entirely sure what that's for. But this cave is from Neolithic times, well, probably beyond. But it's been used in Neolithic times and in the Bronze Age. The cave is on open access land, so it is a right to roam. So you have the freedom to walk around the whole of Harbor Rocks. If you'd like to come up and see the cave for yourself, you can do. Well, if you want to venture, there's that further cave, or the cave does continue, but it is crawling and beyond. Not sure how deep it goes. As we walk out of the cave, we can see just a volume of water over there, which is Carsington waters. And we can see one of the wind turbines of Carsington Pastures, the wind turbine farm, or wind farm. Anyway, we're going to leave here and now we're going to head up towards Middleton. Back onto the Pennine Bridleway. So next stop is Middleton, which is in 1.5 miles. The old with the new. An old disused windmill behind a wind turbine. We're just at the point where we turn off from the high peak trail, and now we're going to head towards the quarry and into Wirksworth. So we're going down this path. It's a newly created path. I have been through this area before, but I can't actually remember this fenced off path. So it's two quarries, both of them disused now. So on the left you've got High Peak Quarry. And then on the right, towards the bottom of the hill, we've got Dale Quarry. It is a big area. On the top of the hill there with the trees is Black Rocks, and the opposite side of there you can follow the High Peak Trail all the way down to Cromford. Hopefully you've enjoyed this walk. If you'd like to subscribe, that'd be great, but also if you'd like to put a like, that'd be also super. If you would like to make a comment, that'd be marvellous. And then if you also like to press the bell for notifications, that'd be super trooper. So hopefully you can join me on the next walk. You guessed it, as usual, just got here a little bit late, but I am getting better. It's about 6:30, only sun went down about 20 minutes ago. Coming to the market town of Wirksworth, and we are here. The market town of Wirksworth Church, St Mary's, is believed to date back to 653. Originally a place of thermal springs which drew people to start an ancient settlement here, and in the 1700s lead mining began, and afterwards the mines closed and quarrying began. Just north of Wirksworth is the National Stone Centre. Woolly rhino bones were found by lead miners in 1822 in Dream Cave, on private land between Wirksworth and the present day Carsington Water. I will say bye for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye-de-bye, hikers.